Growth Engine. Growth Engine, accelerate your startup by making the right choice. Everyone is hoping for a viral growth, but it rarely happens. Before spending your marketing budget on promotions, that would be wise to choose one of the 3 growth engines and tie them to a metrics. We spoke about it before. This is the only way to measure your startup growth and how to accelerate growth. Stop hoping, start planning. Let's meet our growth engines. We have paid, sticky, and viral. Let's start by the most common one that you're probably all familiar with and probably use it, is the paid growth engine. The paid growth engine is the most common engine. It literally means that you pay to get new customers. You buy advertising, you pay commission to affiliates, you hire a PR agency, investing in public relations, employ a sales team. So actually, take your money out of your pocket and invest. There are 2 main aspects to keep in mind. Your customer acquisition cost. Remember the CAC? We spoke about it before. Customer acquisition cost should always be lower than your customer lifetime value. Again, we're going back. The amount that cost me to acquire a lead should be lower than the value of the customer over his whole lifetime cycle. Keep in mind, because instead of earning, you're losing money. So there's no growth. As long as you're making a profit on each customer, you can reinvest your profit into more advertising and accelerate growth. You typically start advertising on the most cost-effective channels, but when you want to grow, you have no choice but to buy more expensive advertising. Most important thing to remember when you're using paid engines is to always track. Hold on, let me just admit. Sorry. As I was saying, the most important thing for a paid engine to remember is to always track the cost of acquiring new customers and what is your marginal revenue. Most startups run into problems when they don't control their everything costs. Make sure you have a system to track the advertising effectiveness and conversion rates in different stages of the sales funnel. We spoke about the sales funnel, remember? You have to track it, you have to measure it, you have to understand it, and you have to check it constantly. Not once a quarter or once a year, weekly. This is your money we're talking about on paid engine. Let's move to sticky growth engine. Sticky growth engine means that you have the opportunity to keep growing while focusing your marketing on long-term customers. It works well for products that need to be purchased repeatedly. For example, let's talk about Salesforce, CRM platform. We have ATS or ERP like Oracle or SAP that you constantly need to renew or pay monthly fees, okay? This is our SaaS. In most cases, sticky growth engine use loyalty programs or subscription models and has a very low churn rate. We spoke about it before. It doesn't matter what you do, aim for low churn rate. In this case, you will need to acquire a small number of new customers to keep growing. Not every business can use sticky growth, or at least it's not that easy, especially an early stage startup. If you choose to grow, if you choose this growth engine, you'll need to do everything to keep your customers coming back. And remember, we spoke about loyalty. It's a super hard work. You have to work hard to be innovative, to give the customer the best experience in order for him to come back to you. Make sure your promise is kept. Because when you're starting your marketing, you're starting with a promise about your product. When you take them through the funnel, you have to keep this promise in every stage of the funnel and keep it and even inspire the customer on the loyalty level. Why? This is the only reason it stays. And as I said, you have to keep it above and beyond in order to provide the unique customer experience. Otherwise, they move on. The market is competitive. It's not easy to surprise your customers every time, but try to go the extra mile for them. That's the only thing that will make you stand out of the other products or competitors in the market. Collect quantitative and qualitative data. It's not enough to know how many customers you lost over time. You have to figure out why you're losing them. And we spoke it before. Prepare a short churn script. Remember in the beginning we said what I said about scripts? Always have a script. Prepare a short churn script with up to 5 questions. Call each customer, get answers, get the voice of the customer. Have yourself a notebook with the voice of the customer. It's important to support your growth. Keep building new value and run experiments. And don't even think twice. There is no added value. If there is no added value to loyal customer, churn rate tend to increase. Regularly ask yourself, how can I improve the solution for my customer's problem? Could I give them an extra benefit? Ask yourself those questions. Super important, always, never stop. Let's talk about viral. Let's talk about viral growth engine. If a major part of your new customers are coming through references, you successfully employed a viral engine. It may happen in different ways. Customer may share a link to your product, tell their friends, or simply use the product around other people. One important aspect to consider is how many new customers should your customer refer to keep your business growing. If you have a sticky product and a low churn rate, even just a few references might keep you growing. But what if not? That's a big question that you have to be prepared to. If a customer buy a product and don't need another, for long term, for example, how many cell phones can you sell to one person? Okay? The most critical element here is to make sure that every customer bring more customers, more than one friend to your business. If you sold your first product to 10 customers and you put all your bets on a viral engine, this customer should refer to at least 10 new customers. Later on, those 10 customers should refer to at least 10 more, and so on. Otherwise, your business won't grow. A viral engine looks very simple to build, but it's not the case in reality. In order to be able to employ this successfully, your product has to fit the sticky engine description. So think about the engine you choose. It's difficult to build, especially if your product doesn't have a built-in wow. People don't advertise brands and don't promote products unless they are incredibly happy, super satisfied about them. How to employ a growth engine? The first step is to assess everything you do to accelerate your growth. If your main marketing goal related to a growth tied to at least one key metrics, ask yourself, is my marketing goal today tied to at least one key metrics? Most likely the answer will be no, for the majority of you, not all of you. So keep it in mind. Is there a possible network of customers who can invite their friend to join? I need a network of happy customers that will happily spread the word and invite their friends. Do I have it? How do I encourage happy customers to spread the words? Very important question about their positive experience for my product. And what is the most effective way to do it? We need to encourage them. We need to give them an incentive to do it. Not always physical, by the way. Do I have some new features that I can drive new customers in? Think about it. Think about the features. We spoke about the voice of the customers. Look at the market. What will attract new customers to me? Is your marketing campaign highly effective? Again, we spoke about the effectiveness of marketing. You have to check it all the time and understand the amount you're paying, the cost per lead. Keep it track. It's effective. It brings leads in. What is your average customer lifetime value? We're going to the CLV, customer lifetime value. Remember that. What is your average customer acquisition cost? CAC, customer acquisition cost. We're going back. We're never apart. Do you have any partnerships that bring you new leads to your sales funnel? This is a time to think who can help you guys, who you can partner with, maybe within your group, maybe other affiliates, maybe other websites that can bring new leads into your funnel. Examine your sales funnel to identify what limits your growth and what you can do to remove those barriers. We spoke about the sales funnel. We're always there. That's your Bible. Think about it, identify problems, and try to get those barriers. Excuse me, guys, I just let someone in. Wonderful.
Tupal.
If you have a conversion-related problem within your sales funnel, guys, please listen up, very important. If you have a conversion-related problem within your sales funnel, solve them first, and only then try to employ a growth engine, not before. Otherwise, you're just wasting resources, and you will lose most of your potential customer somewhere along the way. So do me a favor, spoke about it, use your Bible, sales funnel, understand it, make sure is smooth before you employ a growth engine. If you're planning to use more than one engine, let's say you developed a sticky product and you're also working to initiate a viral campaign by giving a bonus to your customer referrals. And you start a paid LinkedIn or Facebook campaign, combining different growth engines usually used by large companies with well-developed product that has enough resources to support multi-channel growth. It's not simple, but keep in mind, as more engines you try to combine, the harder it will be to employ. So try to focus on one by one. If you're a large company, that most of you are not, and you have unlimited sources to coordinate and implement few engines, that's great. But most early stage startups have a very limited resources and no time to employ multiple growth engines because it's super difficult. You have to have the manpower, you have to have the capital, the resource. Therefore, small companies should first focus on one engine, one at a time, and when it's employed properly, you can proceed to another engine. Simple as that. Whichever engine you choose, review your marketing plan and update it accordingly.